automatically mute when I join? Shit, though. I guess it's in case people join, isn't it? Like, if you see you did that as like a full thing. Yes. Welcome back to another stream. My headphones are really, really quiet for some reason. I don't know why. Can people hear me? Oh, can you hear me now? Is that better? That sounds better. Yes. How we doing? Welcome back to another stream. Play ratings. Obviously, yesterday we got the dub against Liverpool. Football's back, baby.
Football is back, man. Yeah, I mean, people should be in a sick mood today. You know, obviously got the big dub yesterday. I was buzzing with that game. Obviously, through to the next round. Southampton, obviously, was the draw. And it's back to the player ratings. You know the drillers. Go for all the players. Give them a rating. So you got the man of the match as well. Keep your comments coming in on this one in the chat about all the players. There's some interesting performances from quite a few players that played last night. Before we get into it, make sure you drop a like on the stream, guys. We've got 40 likes already, 100 people in the stream. Let's get those likes past 50, man. So 9 people, hit that thumbs up button for us. Do us a solid. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. And massive shout out to the guys at Manscaped. You can currently get 20% off your order and free international shipping at manscaped.com with code XTRA20. That's XTRA20 at checkout. And we'll bring you the ad, of course, a little bit later on. Should we just dive into it, bro?
Straight in. I mean, I don't know why we're saying time.
Let's go straight into it then. We've got Stefan Ortega in goal. Let me give you the stats. He did 3 run-outs and claimed all 3. Had 37 touches of the ball and made 34 passes. 29 of them were successful, giving him a pass accuracy of 85%. He made 1 key pass in the game with 12 long balls, 7 of which were successful, which means all of his misplaced passes were long passes, which is always good for the goalkeeper. 2 clearances in total, but obviously did concede a couple of goals. Don't really think he could have really done anything on either of the goals, in my opinion. Pretty standard performance from Stefan Ortega. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, he looks good. He's got the Edison kind of ice in his veins kind of thing. Whether or not he's like forcing it a little bit just because he knows Pep likes the way that works in the team. Maybe just showing that he is available to play these tight passes. I thought again, he looked confident. And that's something that you need from your goalkeeper, especially in a City side. Look confident on the ball, I should say, which is good. It's good for us. It's good for us. I keep saying, I think if he keeps up these performances, Edison can't really afford to slip up or make any mistakes.
Which is what we need, bro. You know what I mean? We need Edison to be under pressure because otherwise, guy can coast. I think the signing of Ortega, whilst it's not glamorous, by the end of the season, it might prove to be one of the signings of the season for the club. Yeah. So that's the stats. I'm going to give him a rating of. He did concede 2 goals. Not that he could have really done anything about them, but he did concede 2. I'm just going to give him a 7. I'm going to give him a 7, bro.
I was going with a flat 7. Like we always say with the goalkeeper situation, it's pretty hard to rate unless they pull off like worldy saves. Like Ortega against Chelsea, that's different because he was pulling off like saves left, right, and centre. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It stands out as an incredible performance. But when it's kind of just like he didn't have that much to do. Do you know what I mean? I get that he did, and he conceded 2 in that. So I'd have liked him to have been more busy, if I'm honest. Do you know what I mean? If Nunes could fucking shoot on target, then maybe he would have been more busy. But I'd have liked him to have been just a little bit more busy, just to see more of him, because it's not often that we get to see Ortega, and I just want to keep seeing the guy play. You know what, as well, if we do end up getting to the final of the Carabao, obviously I know that's speaking quite a long-term advance, but usually when we get to the final of these competitions, Pep switches back to Edison for the final, and it's kind of like just a normal thing that Pep will switch back. Like, it would just be Edison, standard. I think Ortega should just see it out the whole thing. Like, do you know what I mean? Basically, Ortega's competition, I think, is good enough to do that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Stefan Ortega plays in the cup finals for the FA Cup and Carabao Cup if we get there. The Xtra Club have given him a rating of 6, which is a little bit lower than.
I think that's low. That
maybe it's just because he conceded 2 goals. You know what I mean? Maybe some people just think it's difficult to give him a high rating when he's conceded 2, but ultimately he couldn't really have done anything about the 2 in my view. And a lot of people in the chat here are going sort of seemingly agreeing with that 7. So yeah, that's where we're at with that one. Good to see people in the chat. Hopefully, you guys are doing all right, by the way.
Yes,
make sure
Benno.
Smash a like on the stream.
Benno's been as a 4:30, bro. 4:30 in the morning. He's at work, innit?
That is a heavy driller. Let's move on then. Let's move on to Rico Lewis. The stats from the game yesterday from Rico Lewis. Played 90 minutes in the match. Made 1 clearance, 2 interceptions and 2 tackles. He won 5 out of his 8 ground duels. Didn't win his only aerial duel. Lost possession 18 times. Had a pass accuracy of 87%, misplacing just 9 of his 70 passes. Made 5 long balls. 2 of them were successful. And they're the stats for Rico Lewis yesterday. I thought Rico had a great game yesterday. I can't lie. I thought the way that he inverts into the middle, he looks so calm and composed for a guy who's only just turned 18. He seems like he's been playing in that role in this first team for many, many, many years. Like, you could almost forgive him if he looked a little bit scared or hesitant on the ball in that inverted role. I mean, why wouldn't you? You're playing against Liverpool. But he just looks so cool and collected in there. I thought he had an absolutely stunning performance. And we said it yesterday during the game, but I personally believe that Pep Guardiola is giving Rico Lewis an opportunity to claim a right-back spot maybe in a year or 2 from Kyle Walker by throwing him in at the deep end. I thought he had a great game.
I thought he had an incredible game. Honestly, it's actually wild how good he looks. inverting, popping off passes, looking confident on the ball. The guy's, 18 years old?
Just turned 18 last month.
And he's literally fitting into City side like he's been here for forever. He fits in his side better than what Sergio Gomez does. He just fits. He's just perfect. He's absolutely perfect for this team. He looks mint. His confidence is next level. Like me, if I was 17, 18 years old, bro, I'd be shitting it. I'd be shitting it, bro. I would not be doing well. But then you can. That's what you're saying there. You can forgive that. You can forgive that for a young player to be a little bit nervous coming into a City side and playing that way. But he isn't that. He's just the guy's eyes cold, man. The guy's just sick. He's a baller. The guy's fitted in. I think he's got a massive future at City, and do you know what I mean? There seems to be a right back spot available. I think it's gonna be Walker and Rico Lewis rotating now going forward. I think.
Yeah, and this is going to help Walker, bro, so much because, as we said yesterday, if Pep Guardiola gets into a position where he can trust Rico Lewis to play even just 40% of the matches, that takes such a high workload off Kyle Walker that we can then just pick and choose when Kyle Walker plays. He can keep the development of Rico Lewis coming up because he keeps on playing, and it's a win-win. So this is really big.
Honestly, he was that good yesterday, bro. Like, he just looks like a full-time City player. He's that good yesterday that I'd love to just say, should we just give him a 10? Like, I'd love to just give him a 10 for yesterday because I genuinely think he was that good. Now, obviously 10, he's a heavy rating. It is heavy, but it's Christmas, And what's a better Christmas gift than a 10 from City Extra?
I'm gonna give him a 9.
Yeah,
give him a 9.
Yeah, a 9 is fair. A 9 is fair.
But will a 9 be big enough to get the man of the match? We will find out. The Extra Club, by the way, give him an 8.7. So that's the rating. Okay. So again, very very close there. Yeah. That's fairs. But yeah, brilliant performance by Rico Lewis, and so for him now, again, a bit like Cole Palmer, the tricky thing is for him now is keeping himself on the ground, keeping himself level-headed. He's going to get a lot. He's going to get a new contract soon with big money. He's going to get a lot of people talking about him. We're talking about him on the channel. He's going to get Sky Sports interviews, BT interviews. He'll get interviews all over the place. People will start talking about him. He'll probably get recognised when he's out in town now. His life is going to completely change, and it's about who he's got around him. What support group has he got around him to be able to keep himself leveled and keep that progression going? Because I think it can quickly change.
I think Pep will do the best job of that. I think having Pep around, it'll be key to Rico's progression because Pep will keep him level-headed. You know what I mean? And everything around City seems good. I feel like we do look after the players in that sense. Do you know what I mean? Like nowadays going forward, like Phil Foden's kind of rise, like kind of thing. That situation, Cole Palmer. I think we'll be very careful with him. And I think that Pep. That's why Pep's very cautious about putting players in that. Do you know what I mean? He wants to slowly embed them rather than full sending them into the team and that. I think he'll surround himself with the best people for him. Genuinely think he's got a massive career.
Let's hope so. Let's move on then. Manuel Akanji played 60 minutes. Obviously, looked like he might have had a bit of an injury, but then he did just walk off completely fine. So I guess we'll find out very soon on that one. He didn't win any of his 3 ground duels. Didn't have any aerial duels at all to make. Had a 89% pass accuracy. Only misplaced 4 out of his 36 passes. Made 3 long balls, both of which successful. Bit of a quiet night for Manuel Akanji in terms of the stats. What did you make of Akanji's game yesterday, bro?
On the ball, looks good, but we all know that about Akanji. He does look all right on the ball. I'm pretty confident with him on the ball. Do you know what I mean? I'm never really... It's never really an issue. And that's good. That is good. That's what obviously being a team who has usually a lot of possession. That's where usually he can kind of just chill. However, I don't think he looked good yesterday. He got caught out of position for their goal. Looked a bit off on that sense. Basically on the defending front of it, which is he is a defender. But I don't think he had the best of games. But like I say, on the ball, looked all right.
Yeah, I mean, I've just watched the replay of that Liverpool's second goal. I have absolutely zero idea what Akanji is doing.
That's what I was saying at the time. I was like, I don't get what Akanji's doing.
It's pure weird,
bro. It's
man.
weird, isn't it? It don't make sense.
Weird.
It's like, bro, what are you doing, innit? Like, you know where your position is, innit?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it was one of his best games for Akanji last night. The Xtra Club have given him a 5.9.
I was going to give him a 6.
I'll go with that. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Right, let's move on then to his partner in crime yesterday, Aymeric Laporte, back from the World Cup, of course. 90 minutes played for him, made 1 clearance, 1 block shot, 1 interception, 2 tackles. He won both of his 2 ground duels, had 1 aerial duel, which he also won. He had a 93% pass accuracy, only misplacing 5 out of his 75 passes. Made 8 long balls, 2 of which were successful. I thought he had a pretty decent game yesterday. I know on the second goal, it looks like...
It looks like the guy is about to retire. Have you seen how slow he looks, bro? He looks fucking well slow.
But I think you just have to give credit to Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez is a very, very fast player. And I'm not going to blame Laporte for that second goal one bit. I know, like, for the majority of it, it does look like it's his fault. But he's goal side of Núñez. Núñez gets the run on him. And Núñez is a fast football player. So there's nothing Laporte can do there. I think you have to look at Akanji. I think you could argue about Ake. What's he doing in the middle? He doesn't really know where Salah is. But I can't blame I can't blame Laporte for that one. And then the first goal, again, not his fault. Ake doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know whether to stick with Milner or go for Salah. He goes for Salah. Milner gets in. Laporte has to go to Milner. Milner's got the ball inside the penalty area. That leaves the guy open behind him. So again, I can't really blame Laporte for any of the 2 goals. I'm gonna give him a 7 point. I'm gonna give him a 7.
Yeah, I like a 7. 7's fine for me. The whole Laporte thing about him like getting dusted as well. I feel like people forget like moments before that it was the exact same situation. Or was it at the start? During Laporte, he tells Ortega not to come for the ball. He's pointing at Ortega like, nah, don't come out, I've got it. And then he slides in. Like a different day. I mean, Laporte's in the bid on that situation, so he did really well getting back there.
Also, that's a question, bro. Can you really criticise a player for having a lack of pace? Man, it's a bit harsh, isn't it? Thing
is, he's not slow, Laporte. He's not slow. He's just not
just Darwin
rapid,
Núñez
isn't it? Oh, there you go. Emmanuel there. Núñez is fast. Laporte isn't slow. Yeah, he's not slow. It's just Núñez is rapid. But
that's factual.
You can't, like you say, you can't criticise him for not having pace, and it's not like he can just go off the pitch and then do some extra pace learning and then go get some more. No, you can't go buy some more pace, innit?
Yeah, so I'm going to go for a 7. The Xtra Club give him a 6.7, which is again in the same sort of region. Chat seemingly agree. However, they do seem, most of the people in the chat here, bro, seemingly a little bit higher than us. I've seen a lot of 7.5s, 7.8 as well. So I guess we're in the same sort of region.
Yeah.
Let's go over to Nathan Ake. And before we do, guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream, man. 20 people, hit that thumbs up button for us. Get us past 100 likes. Come on, man. There's over 200 people, and I'm sure we could get 100 likes. Hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Nathan Ake was selected ahead of Sergio Gomez yesterday, which was a big call. Obviously, probably selected due to the fears of Sergio Gomez's lack of defensive abilities. Anyway, played the 90 minutes in the game, scored a goal, of course. Probably should have had another one, to be honest with you. Made 2 clearances, 2 interceptions. He won 1 out of his 3 ground duels, but did win both of his aerial duels. Lost possession 19 times with a 74% pass accuracy, misplacing 13 out of just 50 passes. 1 cross unsuccessful, 2 long balls unsuccessful. He had a couple of shots, 3 on target in total. Did miss that 1 big chance there. I thought it was a bit of a weird game for Nathan Ake because actually I thought defensively, I thought it was poor. I can't lie. I thought it was poor. I thought he was worrying about Salah too much, which actually caused him more problems. I thought when he was just sort of like one-on-one with Salah, or when he was just dealing with Salah, he was all right. I think when Salah didn't have the ball, that's when Nathan Ake struggled because he didn't know what to do. You've seen it with the first goal. He didn't know whether to stay with Milner or go to Salah. He should have stayed with Milner. Milner's the guy who's in the danger position there, not Salah. And then for the second goal, I still believe that he could have done a little bit better on that second goal. At the other end, scored a goal, of course, big goal. Probably should have scored another one. Happy days. We know he's good in the air. So yeah, defensively, not great, which is ironic given the fact he played because we didn't want to play Sergio Gomez because he's not defensively sound. But I just didn't think he looked I didn't think he looked that great yesterday.
See, I don't think he had the worst defensive game ever. I think, do you know what I mean? There were times.
I thought he was very poor, bro.
Nah, I don't agree. I think it's like, I get, at times, yeah, it looked like Salah had the better of him. And I agree with that, because that did happen a lot. Well, it did happen at times. Salah did get the better of him. But at times, he also looked sick. There's a times, bro, where he just looks sure. Do you know what I mean? You're like, oh yeah, well in Ake. I think at times looked decent. I think it was a mixed bag. I do think it was a mixed bag. I'm not saying like he had the best defensive performance ever, but I'm not saying it's the worst I've seen him defensively. I think he had a mixed bag of. At moments he looked good. Moments he looked like Salah was absolutely putting him in the bin and breaking his ankles. I like to say the goal was mint. Obviously, a good header on that one. He actually headed the ball in it, whereas the first one, the ball headed him. Like the ball just hit him on the head. Like I say, I think he should have come away with that 2 goals, which is mad. But like you say, we do know that Ake is good in the air. He always seems to win corners and stuff like that. And it is in the grand scheme of things, it is a very, very, very big goal. The one that he scored. So I don't know. It's a weird one. What do you give him?
I'll give it a 7.
Yeah, I was thinking more 7.5, but I think 7's fine. I think 7's fine. The thing is, he got a very good goal, which turned out to be an important goal. It's actually mad how that was the winning goal. It doesn't feel like that was the winning goal. I think
as well. I think I've been maybe a little bit critical because with Ake now, I'm expecting almost perfection.
Solid,
maybe that's harsh.
Yeah, no, you are right. You are right.
Obviously, yesterday, for me, I think he can do better on both goals. So that's why I'm criticising him, because I'm not criticising because I don't like him. I'm criticising because I like him and I expect him to be able to deal with it. The first goal was poor. That's very, very poor from Nathan Ake. No one can tell me that's not poor. He's got Milner to the right of him, completely unmarked in space, and he's got Salah who's on the edge of the box. He's got Salah who's on the touchline, completely to the left-hand side, and he's more worried about Salah than the danger. Which is Milner.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, Salah gave him PTSD in that moment, because just before that, that's where Salah broke his ankles. I swear, Salah gave him PTSD, and he was like, "Nah, I need to be on this guy." So then he's looking forward. He sees Cole Palmer not go with Salah and go with the other Donny, and he's like, "Right, okay, I'm gonna stick with Salah." But then he's also just left a big gap where James Milner just roaming free. But
I give him a 7. The Xtra Club give him a 7.3. So again, all sort of in the same.
All in the same part.
Places there. But let's move on to the midfield. Before we do, massive shout out to the guys at Manscaped. It's time to roll the ad, and it's time for you to get some heavy spam on. Let's go.
85% of partners prefer a man who is groomed below the waist, and 96% of partners think bad grooming is a major turn-off. That's where Manscaped have come in to help us all out, including myself, lads. The Lawnmower 4.0 is a trimmer specifically designed with our crown jewels in mind. It has skin-safe technology to reduce those nicks and cuts and gives you the maximum confidence while trimming below the waist. It's also IPX7 waterproof rated, so you can operate in wet or dry conditions. It has a premium 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology and a massive 90-minute battery time, which is supported by its wireless electromagnetic charging function. With the Performance Package 4.0, you'll get the Crop Reviver with witch hazel and powerful odor defense. This keeps your balls protected after a good shave. Crop Preserver with its soothing aloe vera and advanced quick absorbing cream, keeping your balls feeling fresh and hydrated. And the Weed Whacker to trim ear and nose hair. The Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to keep you the most groomed man in the room. Use our code XTRA20 XTRA20 at checkout and you'll save yourself 20% off your order and receive free international shipping.
Yes, go check out Manscaped. Use code Xtra20 to get yourself 20% off and free international shipping. It is Christmas time, so it's a perfect time to go pick up a Manscaped. You've got some Christmas money that you know is coming in, and after Christmas and that, get yourself a Manscaped. Perfect present for yourself or perfect present for someone else.
Yeah, man. Dave Rocky with a 5 says if Rodri gets anything less than a 9, then it's a disgrace. The guy's a beast. Rolls-Royce of a player. Well, Dave.
Well, on that.
The stats for Rodri. He played 90 minutes in the game, got 1 assist, which is the one for Mahrez. Out of 103 passes, he misplaced only 3.
That's
Let me just say that again. Made 103, 103 passes and misplaced only 3. Made 1 key pass in the game. Made 10 long balls, 9 successful, which is incredibly high rate of success for long balls. 1 big chance created. He had 1 shot off target, which he just dragged wide. He made 8 ground duels and won 6 of them. He had 3 aerial duels and won 2 of them. Made 2 clearances, a few tackles, and they're the stats for Rodri. Another great performance from him. I thought it was very, very good. Back into the midfield after playing centre back for Spain. Brilliant.
He was Rodri had some bare pent up aggression yesterday. I don't know what's going on, man. Man, Defo was fuming about the World Cup. He looks like he's taking it the worst. Guy was well angry, but he had a good game. So you know what I mean. Keep angry, Rodri. I like it. I like the vibe. I like the vibe he's going for. Just you know what I mean. Be careful and don't get yourself sent off in these situations. But he didn't get himself sent off. He knew the situation that he was in. I think Rodri is mint. Again, bro. He's come back to the World Cup and looks like he's not been missing. Looks like
completely dominated the midfield again, didn't he?
Absolutely battered them. And bro, even when they brought Fabinho on, it didn't make. Do you know what I mean? Tried to bolster their midfield a bit more. They brought on Fabinho, didn't they? Brought on Hendo, that. Rodri still ran the show in that midfield. It did make a difference.
Yeah, and you know, I've said for a long time, I think Rodri's the best CDM in the world, and he's shown up Fabinho. You know, Fabinho was on the pitch yesterday. I mean, Fabinho's just not even half the player that Rodri is. Rodri is just so good these days. I still can't believe that Busquets is playing ahead of him for Spain now. You know what I mean? I think
now he's retired now, isn't he? So it's time it's Rodri time.
He was brilliant. So I don't get screwed over by Dave, I'm just going to give him a 9.
Yeah. We'll give him a 9, Dave. Don't worry, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 9. However, let me just check this right. Rodri got 7.7 from the Xtra Club.
Bro, guys. That is a crime.
Xtra Club, man. What are you saying, guys?
That is a crime.
7. Come on, man.
Come outside. We can see who's actually rated him low, innit? We can see who's rated him low.
There you go. Ben Lind with the 5 says, happy holidays, Bray. After forcing to watch USA during the World Cup, it's nice to see some real footy. Fabinho should have been sent off for that scissor tackle. Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of tackles from.
Oh yeah. That he went. That's what started like the kickoff, didn't it? Like the battles. Thing is, them kind of tackles where it's like a scissor tackle. It's dangerous because you can your leg can snap just because you're falling on the weight. Do you know what I mean? Your leg's in between someone else's legs and you're falling on the weight of it. Your leg can snap like that. So as much as it's not like a stud on it and you're going at pace, it's still a bad tackle.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll just quickly go through the ratings so far because I know we've had a lot of people just recently join.
Yeah.
These are all Xtra Club ratings. Ortega got 6, Rico Lewis 8.7, Akanji 5.9, Laporte 6.7, Ake 7.3, and Rodri 7.7 as we are in the midfield. And I'm going to go over to Ilkay Gundogan. He had a bit of a mixed bag game yesterday. Let me go through his stats yesterday. Played 88 minutes in the game. Had 57 passes and misplaced 7, giving him a pass accuracy of 88% with 1 key pass. 3 long balls, all successful with 1 big chance created. 1 shot on target, 2 shots off target, 1 dribble attempt, which was successful. He won 3 out of his 4 ground duels and won both of his 2 aerial duels. Your thoughts on Gundogan yesterday, bro?
One of the weirdest games from Gundogan that I've seen. Because with Gundogan, right, sometimes like this season, he'll either play sick and you're like, yes, looks mint. Or he'll look off it and he looks slow and it's like, he looks dead in this game. He's kind of non-existent. In this game, he was both. He was like, basically, he was mint on the ball, turning their players left, right, and centre sick. And then that's what I mean. That's a really good thing to do when you're transitioning from defence to attack because he's turning on the player, driving forward. And he looks really good in their positions. But it's the passing, man. It was the passing that let him down. If his passing was on his A game, bro, he it would have been an incredible performance from Ilkay Gundogan, but I can't say that because his passing was just arse. But the guy went for a solid 10 minutes. I don't think he made like one pass. He was just giving it to every Liverpool player.
It was a weird one. It was a very, very weird one from Gundogan yesterday. Promising though, still.
Yes, he looked good, but
yeah,
the passing,
it did look good. It was just the passing was a bit weird. It was his first game back, so maybe that's got something to do with it. The Extra Club giving him a rating of 6.6, which I think is probably about fair. You know what I mean? I thought he had a good game. If it wasn't for the weird passes, because the passes that he gave away, some of them were just very sloppy. I mean, I remember in the first couple of minutes, do you remember just after Haaland missed his chance, they had a chance with Núñez on the left hand side, and that Gundogan's sloppy pass. So maybe it's just because it's the first proper game back after the World Cup in Girona. But yeah, I think a 6.6. I'll probably go with that. To be honest, I think that's quite fair.
Yeah, I was gonna go 7 anyway, so that's fair for me. Maybe you can give it an extra 0.5 for bowling Fabinho. Guy sent Fabinho back to Brazil, man.
He did. Let's move over to the other side of the midfield then. And a certain Kevin De Bruyne played 90 minutes yesterday, 2 assists. All right, there you go. 72 touches. He made 43 passes with an 86% passing accuracy, only misplacing 6 passes. 5 key passes in the game with 2 big chances created. 16 crosses, 4 successful. 4 long balls, 2 successful. 2 shots on target, one of which would have gone in if Fabinho wasn't in like a mad defensive position. Where are we at there? 2 dribbles, 1 successful. Won 3 out of his 6 ground duels. He got fouled there a couple of times yesterday. I think he looks mint at the moment. I thought after he played Girona, I thought he played really, really well against Girona. I thought yesterday was mega again. People telling us in the chat that he's lost a little bit of weight, possibly because he does look very, very sharp. He looks sharper than before the World Cup. And yeah, I mean, if this Kev is here to stay, I mean, he's going to be on a madness for the rest of the season.
I can't even think of one bad thing that he did in that game yesterday. I'm trying to falter his performance, and I can't because it was incredible. The ball to Ake was something else. That was unreal. The whip on that, bro, had some mad curl in it. Went all the way around. He was just mint. He had a very, very, very good game. He looks faster. Maybe that is part of losing a bit of weight. I know I said before, you can't train pace, but he does look. He looks quick. He looks sharper. He looks like he had a bad time at Belgium. Looks like he hates playing for his national side and can't wait to full send City. And looks like he's turned up with his A game or his A++ game. You know what I mean? Man's on the AAA battery game. He's turned up, ready to go. He looks mint.
Yeah.
Bro, he's just had a World Cup. We've all just had a World Cup, and Kev looks mint. He looks on fire. How?
Yeah, no, he does. He does. Now, this is interesting now because it's probably going to be between Rico Lewis and Kevin De Bruyne for the Extra Club. Now, what did you give Rico Lewis, bro? I give Rico Lewis a 9.
I give him a 9.
So what are you going for?
See, I want to give Kev a 9 because I want Rico Lewis to have it, but I'd go with like I said I can't fault Kev's game. Does that mean I should give Kev a 10? 2 assists.
Ain't no rules, bro.
Ain't no rules, innit? We make the rules. It's our channel. Do what you want. 9.5 I'm going to go with, but which is disgusting because I want Rico to get it, but he's not going to get it. I'm going to give Kev a 9.5.
I'm going to give him a 9.3. So again, unfortunately, Rico Lewis must be sat there because he's definitely watching. Bro.
He's definitely watching, bro.
How the hell have I not got man of the match?
You know what as well, bro? He's definitely watching. You know why? Because it came through on the City Extra Instagram. It's still on my screen right now. Rico Lewis liked a post that you shared. So you know what I mean?
Oh really?
Yeah. So Rico Lewis, mate, he knows, innit? He knows. Yeah, he's liking this City Extra stuff. So he's definitely watching this, bro. Rico, on your burner account, mate. Full send it. Are you fuming with us or not? You fuming with not giving man a match?
Yeah, I put a poll in the chat there. Now, the Extra Club. Did the Extra Club agree? Do the Extra Club give Rico Lewis man of the match? Or did they agree that Kevin De Bruyne is man of the match? Now, they give Rico Lewis an 8.7. They give Kevin De Bruyne an 8 7.8.
Oh, just.
Unless the poll in the chat does anything, it looks like it's going to be a full house for Kevin De Bruyne, man of the match. A superb performance from him. I'll come back to the poll in the chat. I'll give you a couple more minutes on that. Cast your vote in the chat. But yeah, Kevin De Bruyne yesterday, absolutely superb. Right, let's move into the attacking three there. Make sure you drop a like on the stream, by the way, if you've not done so already, man. Over 300 people in here. Let's get those likes past 150. 13 people. Please hit the thumbs up button. Get us past 150. Right, I'm going to start with Cole Palmer, actually. Played left wing yesterday, not his natural position. Played 73 minutes, 3 shots off target, 1 shot blocked, 2 dribbles, both successful, and missed 1 big chance. Had 44 touches and made 31 passes, misplacing only 2 passes, giving him a pass accuracy of 94%. Made 2 key passes in the game, with 4 crosses, 1 successful. He had 4 ground duels and won 3 of them. Listen, this is what I want to say about Cole Palmer. 1, he's not a left winger. Mm-hmm. 2, I thought he played well yesterday. 3, should have scored. Or hit the target, done better on some of his shots, man. You know what I mean? Well, he should have scored, actually, because at 0-0, he had a great opportunity. He didn't go with it with his right foot. It went for his left foot. He's not his natural position, so allow it. I actually thought he played all right. I've seen a lot of people saying he was crap, but I don't think he was. I thought he was good.
No,
I just thought his end product, which was kind of weird. Normally his end product is good. I thought his end product let him down yesterday.
I think that's what's like tainted people's view on his game.
I agree.
I think because his end product wasn't there. Do you know what I mean? Man was goal kicking all his shots, and I get that he was bidding them into row Z. I think because of that, I think people are thinking that he had a shit game. Well, I don't think he had a shit game. I think he was really good. Guy was dusting James Milner left, right, and centre, bro. Like he had Milner, bro, worried. He had Milner sitting back rather than going to mark Rico Lewis. Milner was letting the other players come back and go. Cole Palmer letting the players go back to him so he can sit in a little bit so he doesn't get dusted. But he looked really good on that left hand side. And another day, he could have scored. Could have had 2 goals. I mean, I think he had a good game, and it's promising as well to see him. Obviously, we don't really say he's not naturally a left winger, but it's promising to see him play on that left hand side. Something like. We always say he's the natural successor to Mahrez, and Mahrez never plays on that left. He only plays on that right-hand side. But to have wingers that are versatile like that, I think is something that's a massive thing to have in the squad. I just seen Josh Pierre in the chat, by the way. If that is the Josh Pierre that we know, innit? Yes, it's Josh Pierre. Happy birthday, mate. Hope you have a good birthday, delayed. But yeah, Cole Palmer looked really good. Looked really, really good. Promising. Really promising. So
yeah, no, I can't. I thought he looked good. Rating wise, it's difficult, man. It's difficult because ultimately, when you're playing in that attacking 3,
you got to
matters. Your end
chances.
product, yeah. And the end product yesterday was arse from Cole Palmer. You know what I mean? I ain't going to dress it up.
It was poo.
But getting into those positions was very, very good. Looked very comfortable on the ball. Linked up well with Kevin. I thought he played pretty decent there, and obviously you got to remember as well he had no support from Ake because Ake wasn't going forward that much, so he's doing it all on his own. I'm gonna give him a 6.9. I think that's a fair score. A 6.9.
Yeah, I was going around 7, and I'm very. If you notice, all my scores are always 7s, or they're on the 0.5, or they're on the 0.0. It's never in between. I need to learn that there's in betweens on this. Yeah. I think 7. Yeah, I was gonna go with 7 because, like you say, I think having played in that position, yes, he played really well. Like you say, the end product is what matters. The guy should have scored.
So basically, for a comparison, we'll come on to Mahrez now, right? But just to deviate a little bit, who actually had the better game yesterday, Mahrez or Palmer? I would say Palmer played better than Mahrez, but what matters?
Yeah, exactly.
What matters?
Palmer played better, but who impacted the game? Mahrez.
That's what it's about. It's about, you can do all the stuff you want, but at the end of the day, if you don't put the ball in the back of the net or contribute to putting the ball in the back of the net if you're an attacking player, that's what the game's about, guys. So that's what Palmer needs to work on. Obviously, get more goals, get more assists when he's in there, and he'll be getting big rate. For example, if he scores the chance that he has after the 2nd or 3rd minute, which he really should score when he goes for his left foot, and maybe doesn't blaze all his shots over and tests his Kelleher, then he's getting in the 8s. But because he doesn't, that's just the way it works. You know what I mean? So the game is simple. put the ball in the back of the net. And we'll come on to Riyad Mahrez now, who done just that. Played 90 minutes, Riyad Mahrez, obviously got 1 goal, 1 shot on target, 1 shot off target. And shot off target probably should have done a little bit better with as well. 2 dribble attempts, neither successful. He made 29 passes with a 72 pass accuracy, which misplaced 7 passes. 2 key passes in the game, 2 crosses not successful, 2 long balls both successful. He won 2 out of his 6 ground duels. So, you know, as we just said, I think that Cole Palmer played better than Mahrez, but Mahrez scored, and ultimately we won 3-2. So for me, I've got to give Mahrez a better rating. And some people might not agree with that, and that's fine, isn't it? Like, you do you. But for me, I believe that ultimately goals matter. Goals are key. And Mahrez got a great goal, so I'm giving him a better rating.
It was a very good goal from Mahrez as well. The touch was incredible. Robertson was nowhere near him. I think he took an L by not really knowing where Mahrez was. Ball gets to Mahrez, great touch, bangs it into the bottom corner. It's funny actually because the first half was actually talking about whether Mahrez should stay on at half time, whether Mahrez should stay on the pitch or not, because of whether he was impacting the game. And ironically, after about 2 minutes, he impacted the game massively. It was unfortunate that we couldn't defend, and do you know what I mean? Akanji went on walkabout. We didn't stay. Basically, we didn't really capitalise on that lead that Mahrez gave us. But I think it was a very, very good goal. A very good goal. I think the conversations does still exist, and I think we shouldn't gloss over that just because he's got a goal. The conversation does still exist about Mahrez's season so far. It's not been the best. It's been up and down a little bit, and I feel like he's not really.
I'll come in on that one, bro. 3 goals in his last 4 appearances.
Yeah, it's pretty mad.
So the game that he didn't score was Brighton, which he probably should have scored.
Is the tide turning then? Is the tide turning for Mahrez, or do people think he's still not at it? Like, end of the day, he's getting goal involvements.
I would say 3 goals in the last 4 appearances. I would argue that he probably is getting back into it. You know what I mean?
I mean, the thing is,
scored against Chelsea, Liverpool. You know what I mean? They're 2 of his goals. Like, he's not doing it against the bottom teams. He's doing it against.
So he's putting it up. He's putting it up. Like I say, we'll see as the season keeps going. We'll see.
Rating then for Mahrez, bro.
7.5. I'll give him. I give Palmer a 7. I'll give Mahrez a 7.5. I think I'm gonna go with that. I'd like to go higher.
I give Palmer a 6.9. I'm just gonna give Mahrez a 7.9.
Okay.
I'm giving him a whole extra point for the goal.
So, I like that.
There you go. The Xtra Club gave Riyad Mahrez a 7.6, so not too far away. And they give him more than Palmer. They give Palmer a 6.8 and Mahrez a 7.6. And again, they're probably in the same sort of thing, that goals are key. Goals are what matters. You know what I mean? So there we are. Anyway, final player from the starting 11. You know who it is, man. It's that man, the machine, the robot, yeah. Erling Haaland scored against Girona on Saturday, obviously with a tap-in. Didn't go to the World Cup, so he was coming to this game very, very fresh, obviously, which we like to see. Hadn't scored against Liverpool in the Community Shield. Didn't score against Liverpool in the Premier League game. Could he score against Liverpool this time? Well, he did indeed. And these are Erling Haaland's stats from yesterday's game. 73 minutes played. 1 goal, 1 shot on target, 1 shot off target, 1 dribble attempt unsuccessful, and missed 1 big chance, which is fair. He did miss that big chance after 19 seconds. Possibly top 3 record for touches. Only had 15 touches of the ball in the game.
Yeah, I was going to say.
89% pass accuracy, made 9 passes, misplaced 1 with 1 key pass and 1 big chance created. Won 1 out of his 3 ground duels and had won 1 out of his 2 aerial duels. And they're the stats for Erling Haaland. As always, pretty low. You don't really normally get too many numbers with Erling Haaland, but the numbers that you do get are the numbers that matters. Goals.
Mm-hmm. I think Haaland looked like Haaland. The thing is with Haaland, you can't say he doesn't look like anyone else but himself. You can't really compare him to the players, and you can't really base his rating on the fact that, oh, well, if this person did this and they got this mark, I mean, they send the ball, he should get this. And like with Haaland, I don't think you can negatively rate him for not having a lot of touch of the ball. I don't, because that ain't his game. He's not there to do that. You know what I mean,
okay, could you negatively rate him for the big chance missed after?
Yes, without a doubt, you can negatively rate him for that. Well, the guy binned it. The guy, you know what I mean, he won the most clinical finish in world football, and he binned it. Like, bro, you need to be hitting that on target, bro. Like the keeper's in no man's land. He just needs to hit on target. And the guy cleared it. The guy was a better defender than theirs. But the run was very good. The run was very good, and he looks rapid. He looks rapid still, which is, you know what I mean, it's nice to see. There was another chance as well, which obviously isn't classed as a chance. Do you know where Palmer puts the ball in, Mahrez heads it, and but there's just a bit too much pace on it. If that's not got enough, if that falls down a little bit, Haaland there, easy goal, tap in for him. I do think his goal was very good, by the way. I feel like that's something that I didn't really speak about yesterday either. Like after it went in, it was just, oh yeah, Haaland scored again. But I think his goal was really good. The run was mint. He loves them near post runs. He always gets in front of the defenders and that.
His movement,
big guy. Yeah, his movement is next level.
His movement is incredible.
So it's a weird one, isn't it? I give Mahrez a 7.5. I don't even know.
I'm gonna give Haaland an 8.
I was gonna say 8, but then I was thinking, is 8 high? I was going to say 8. Is 8 too high? I feel
the reason I'm giving him an 8 is because he had 15 touches of the ball. He scored a goal. Okay, yeah, he missed one. But ultimately, what was the difference last night between Haaland and Nunes? Haaland scored. You know what I mean? That's what we needed him to do.
Yeah.
Nunes yesterday had 3 or 4 chances, which he probably should have scored at least 1 or 2. Missed them all. That's the difference. That was the difference. Because if Nunes scores the goals, we lose yesterday. He didn't. We got a striker who scored the goal. So, yeah, he missed a big chance after 19 seconds. Who cares? Won the game because he contributed by getting a brilliant finish. So, I'm going to give him an 8.
I'm fine for that.
I think it's fair.
I'm fine for an 8 because I was thinking 8. But then I was thinking, is 8 too high? Am I going to get roasted by saying 8? But I'll full send it. I'll full send it. Roasted.
At the end of the day, he's in there to score goals. He scored a goal and we won the game by a single goal. Do you know what I'm saying? So I have to give him a good score. He only touched the ball 15 times. So, yeah, I'm going to go for that. The Xtra Club give him a 7.6, so a little bit lower.
Which is probably a bit fairer. I think people will be like, no, that's right. Xtra Club got that one right.
Let me just run through the subs. Jack Grealish got a 6.2 from the Xtra Club. John Stones, 7.2. Phil Foden, a 6.1. Bernardo, a 6.1. Pep Guardiola got an 8.5. We're happy with Pep's tactics yesterday. As we said at the beginning of the game,
back to basics, bro.
Boring team.
Back to formula. Back to formula, innit? You just do what you do. Do how City play. Don't be weird. Don't overthink it and think you got to do a madness to beat him, to beat Klopp. Just because you lost a couple of games in a row, you think, oh, I'm going to have to switch it up and do a madness here, where it's the madness that costs you. I mean, sometimes simple Pep is better than overcomplicated Pep. And when I say sometimes, I mean all the time.
The referee got a 3.7. Was the referee bad yesterday? I don't think he was bad, was he?
I don't think he was bad.
I think the referee did all right.
There's only one time I remember saying there's a foul and was like, that's a simple foul, that. But then, other than that, I guess if you don't remember the ref having a bad game, then it's a decent game. That's the thing with referees, isn't it? Like, they never praise for having a good game, but they're hated on for having a bad game.
Oh my days. Did you see Jurgen Klopp after the game say, the referee should have given Haaland offside for the first
one, and then he wasn't even offside?
Bro, it's about 10 yards onside, Klopp. What are you chatting, man?
Klopp, it ain't our fault. Your players got absolutely dusted. Like, he was clearly on.
Madness. But yeah, there you go. So I'll just go through the player ratings in full for the starting 11. Ortega gets a 6. Rico Lewis gets an 8.7. Manuel Akanji with a 5.9. Laporte 6.7 and Ake a 7.3. Rodri gets a 7.7. Ilkay Gundogan with a 6.6. Kevin De Bruyne gets a man of the match performance with an 8.8. Scorer Mahrez, 3 goals in his last 4, gets a 7.6. Cole Palmer playing left wing gets a 6.8. And Erling Haaland gets himself a goal. Probably should have had another one. Gets a 7.7. So your man of the match today is Kevin De Bruyne. The poll is over, and Kevin De Bruyne wins a full house on the man of the match. Rico Lewis getting pretty unlucky. I think 2 assists for Kev. It's difficult not to give Kevin De Bruyne the man of the match, man, when you get 2 assists in it.
Especially when there's only 3 goals in the game. Like
exactly,
it does make sense.
But very, very promising from Rico Lewis still.
Very promising, very promising. Really good game. Really happy with that. City through to the next round. Obviously, we already know now that we do have Southampton away in the next round. We've seen that last night. I back us. I do back us. I see a lot of people in the chat, by the way, about throughout the stream we've been like mixing it up with the. We were just focused on like by the way, player ratings, by the way, because sometimes it can be quite long to get through all the players. Like if you look at it, we've been live now for like 50 minutes, and we've only just finished getting through them. Sometimes it takes longer than that to get through these player ratings. So for people that are speaking about different things, Calvin Phillips, came back not fit, hence why he didn't play yesterday. I wasn't in the team yesterday. He's not fit from the England camp, so something's wrong from that front. Whether or not he's just not been training very intensely or whatever, but he's clearly not fit to play as ruled by Pep. Diaz out for a very important time as well. He's out for a month and he's going to miss 8 games. And he's going to miss that mad run, innit? That mad run of games where we played Chelsea, Tottenham, like, I mean, all the Donnies.
What's up with him?
I'm not sure. Apparently, a thigh injury, high thigh injury, something like that. I remember hearing it yesterday or seeing it yesterday, and I can't remember what it was. But yeah,
is that confirmed, bro?
Diaz, confirmed out.
Oh, yeah, not Diaz. Sorry. What about Phillips?
Yeah, he's not fit.
Is he just? He's not actually injured though, is he?
He's not fit. He's just not fit. So look at Matthew there. He says something about attitude to dietary and training whilst off. So I feel like during the England camp, but maybe they were all just a bit lazy on the sense of it. So he's come back, and then Pep's like, "Yo, you ain't fit here. You need to fix up."
Okay, well that doesn't sound great. Hopefully he can sort himself out. But there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the player ratings. Kevin De Bruyne, man of the match, as we said. Obviously, next game will be Leeds next week. Obviously, I think it's on the 27th. It is on the 27th.
Leeds? Leeds is 28th.
Is it?
Yeah, bro. I'm certain, bro. I'm certain.
It's the 28th. So why are we not playing the 27th then?
This is what I mean. This is what I don't get, why we're not playing on Boxing Day on the 26th.
Yeah, I knew we weren't playing on Boxing Day, but why are we not just playing the day after Boxing Day, innit?
Yeah, I don't get it.
why don't we just play on the 27th? Like, that's a bit...
It's weird, isn't it?
It's very strange.
Like, because all the games are on 26, so you think, right, the games that aren't there, we'll put on the Tuesday. But instead, we're playing on the Wednesday. Maybe it's something to do with us playing yesterday, so we still get the same amount of rest. I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway, there you go then. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you drop a like on the stream on the way out. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. We'll leave you with our Manscaped ad. Guys, drop the Kiwis in the chat. Spam on the way out. And we'll see you in the next one. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
85% of partners prefer a man who is groomed below the waist, and 96% of partners think bad grooming is a major turn-off. That's where Manscaped have come in to help us all out, including myself, lads. The Lawnmower 4.0 is a trimmer specifically designed with our crown jewels in mind. It has skin-safe technology to reduce those nicks and cuts and gives you the maximum confidence while trimming below the waist. It's also IPX7 waterproof rated, so you can operate in wet or dry conditions. It has a premium 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology and a massive 90-minute battery time, which is supported by its wireless electromagnetic charging function. With the Performance Package 4.0, you'll get the Crop Reviver with witch hazel and powerful odor defense. This keeps your balls protected after a good shave. Crop Preserver with its soothing aloe vera and advanced quick absorbing cream, keeping your balls feeling fresh and hydrated. And the Weed Whacker to trim ear and nose hair. The Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to keep you the most groomed man in the room. Use our code XTRA20 XTRA20 at checkout and you'll save yourself 20% off your order and receive free international shipping.